everybody, happy HBK Wellness Wednesday. Master trainer and wellness enthusiast Kiona Leah back with you guys again for another installment of Wellness Wednesday. This week we are focusing on Energy Camp. Totally by accident, the final Monday freebie class that we had this week only had one of my long-running students in it. So since we got to kind of pick our topic, we decided to work together and put together two little shorty workouts for you guys. Love Your Lymph Tempo, just 30 minutes of really moving that lymph to energize the body, and Energy Camp on the floor. Sitting and laying down, how much lymph can you move and how much energy can that give your body? It was a really wonderful and very fulfilling experience. But of course, that means that our topic today has to be related to energy. I thought a lot about this. There is so much good information out there, from making sure you get adequate sleep, timing when you have daylight, when you don't, and understanding that your specific biorhythms. I know a lot of conventional wisdom tells us we want to go to bed at 10 o'clock, we want to wake up at 6 o'clock, and things of that nature. But for some of us, that doesn't work. We're simply night people, and our body clocks are off by a little bit. And some people are even more early people than that, and their body clocks are earlier. So make sure you really get familiar with your own biorhythm. And of course, I have talked about my beloved blue blockers. All of that is really more related to getting good quality sleep, which is extremely important for having that extra energy. But what if you've done all that and you're still dragging? What might be some other things you can do that help you skip the caffeine? Because we know that too much of that can be dehydrating for the body and cause other issues. Not saying that I don't ever do caffeine, because I absolutely do. It usually requires fewer than 4 or 5 hours of sleep for me to reach for it, but I will do it and I'm not against it. But I really try and look for other things instead. As I went down the list of supplements that really can make a difference naturally to bring the body more cellular energy, there was one group that actually stuck out to me, and that was the group centered around iron. Frequently, iron deficiency can really cause some drag in our steps for a lot of reasons. Obviously, if it gets too far down the road, it causes anemia, and there can be lots of problems as a result of that. There's not enough oxygen in the blood as a result of that lower iron count. Part of what that iron does is it helps the blood bond with oxygen and bring oxygen everywhere in your body. That is very, very, very important to your energy system, because if you don't have enough oxygen on those cells, they don't have enough energy to do their job. So you really want to make sure that you're not borderline anemic. But here's the thing, and this is something I really learned from experience about iron deficiency and the term anemia and other related things. When my blood levels are done, my iron is fine. I eat plenty of meat. I am able to pull it out of my food really efficiently. I eat lots of things that support pulling that iron out. I never have iron deficiency, even though I actually don't eat a super high red meat, which is one of those things we think about, or spinach or kale that has a lot of iron in it. I don't eat a lot of those things, but my body has great access to iron. That's not my problem. However, I do still suffer from anemia issues. And where this comes in is one of the things I've talked to you guys about before. And working with my amazing nutritionist, Heather Ruth from Body Energies, I'll link her below. One of the things that we ended up having to look at with my blood work was anemia as a result of B vitamin deficiency. B12 deficiency is frequently what people find when they have an MTHFR mutation that causes B12 anemia. This means that you don't have enough B12 in your body to help it process the iron that may or may not come in. So if you're taking iron supplements and you're still dragging, you may really, really, really need to get those blood levels looked at, and you may need to have those genetic tests done to think about and understand what your genetic heritage may be telling you about that mutation of that gene. My father had that problem. We had to take him to the hospital a year ago because he kept having falls. One of the things his blood work revealed was this B12 anemia. same thing as me, iron was not the problem. It was B12 uptake to be able to process it. Now, he was my dad, that's only half my genetics. The other half came from mom, and I actually have B6 related anemia. So I don't take B12, I actually take supplement. I take a multi-B, but extra concentrations of B6 to help balance out that anemia issue that I can potentially have because I have a different genetic mutation of the MTHFR gene. There's 2 different ones that you can have. So there's 3 different versions you could have. You could have non-mutated, single mutation, or double mutation. So depending on what you have, it's going to determine which of your B vitamins might be contributing to your anemia instead of iron itself. So this is sort of a little family of different things related to iron and making sure the blood has enough oxygen in it to give the body a whole bunch of energy. And it was really fun to be able to bring that information to you guys. And there's one more thing, one more supplement or nutritional amino acid that I want to talk to you guys about, but give me just a second because I'm going to go get my assistant. So I am sure that those of you that saw my video from a couple weeks ago remember my assistant Tux, and she is here tonight to help me talk a little bit more about amino acids that help give us energy, and this specific amino acid is triacine. This one is a result of digesting high protein foods, primarily especially chicken, eggs, and other types of meats. As a full-on carnivore, this little one should be fantastic at it. Now, triacine is actually an extremely important component in neurotransmitters. And if we don't have neurotransmitters to really move all those messages through the body, nothing else is going to have energy. Triacine normally is not supplemented in humans or in cats actually, because we make it from our food. However, if we have issues with it, it can be something we want to look at. And the reason this little one is here to assist with me is because cats actually have something in addition that makes a big difference if they have struggles with triacine. And she's starting to suffer from this, unfortunately. I'm going to bring her a little closer and hopefully we can see it. Turn your little head. So if you look right here, it's real hard to see, but you can sort of see there's patches right here where her fur is not exactly black anymore. And what that could potentially mean is a triacine deficiency, because in addition to being a neurotransmitter in cats specifically, it also helps their body build the melanin to make black fur. Unfortunately, what this also could mean, and I know this little one has struggled with it a bit, is liver deficiency in cats. So Tux is here to help me talk about triacine, which applies to people and to cats as a very important neurotransmitter. So that is another thing that you can look at, and you definitely want to make sure you work with your doctor to analyze your results for that. Triacine is not something that you want to just take off the shelf without guidance from a professional. But those are some things that you can do to get more energy in your system. And everybody wish this little one good luck tomorrow at the vet, because we're going to look back at these numbers and see how we can better help her. You can tell she's not as energetic as she was a few weeks ago. So we know that's making a difference. All right, you guys, what do you want to do the first week of February? Can you believe it's almost February? We're getting into the longest, coldest part of the winter. So we really want to make sure we have great topics of interest. Comment below, let me know what you want to talk about, or of course, direct message me. In the meantime, I want to see you move, live, and thrive. So I'll see you on the next one. Say bye.